Good morning. Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. Thanks for joining me this day. And for the people out there who checked out my little drum brute impact drum machine experiment thing, thanks for checking that video out. Lots of interesting little pieces happening in life. And my wife this morning brought up this notion of who are your wintertime friend groups? Not just who's the one or three or whatever people that you'll see this winter, but who are the friend groups that you're going to connect with? And what are the activities that you get into? Let's see. I want to show you guys this apple here. Zoom in on it. I just love how the apples look like little ornaments on the trees. Makes me happy to see that little bit of color. I like to actually leave apples on the tree once I've gathered what I want, just to have that experience and recognize that, birds and other creatures are going to go and eat them. As much as the birds and these things could be classified as friends, we're keeping this to the human realm. And my wife was having this conversation with somebody else, and then she was reiterating it to me. And I was like, and speaking of apples, just take a nice look at, let's zoom out a bit. It's just so fun to see that nice coloration in the... And as I was thinking about it, what didn't come into my mind was the people I live with. Oh no, check this out, we got some action happening there. See those leaves? The browning out there. What was it? To me says that it actually got frosty down here and it's time to harvest. You see that big pumpkin in the distance there? The bright orange one? My day today. Anyway, and she said the same thing about the person who she was having a conversation with. They were not thinking about the people that they live with, which in each of our cases is beyond just our families. And I was like, yeah, that's an interesting piece to the equation. Intermeshed with, I tend to work by myself, and I was off helping a friend create his tiny home. And he mentioned this men's group that he was in, an open house that was happening that night. And, when you're an active person and you have a lot of moving pieces, frequently people don't think that you have space for another thing in your life. Especially a committed group that meets on a weekly basis. But I said, actually, I can have space for something like that. My wife is really interested in me joining something like this as well, so that makes that aspect easier. And long story short, I went and checked it out and I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. So that starts up next week in my life. And then I have my music nights, and I'm trying to connect online more musically as well, which is why you have those other videos that are taking place and shape. More of those to come. And I was like, okay, that's 2 different moments of seeing people. And there should still be a 3rd one based off my wife's potentiating of the idea set. And one of the things I'm noticing with myself is I tend to be okay at starting things and getting things going, but not as good at just joining other people's things, which is why joining the men's group is actually a good step forward. Intermeshed with, I actually want to increase my network of people. I live on a small island. It can feel pretty insular. I work by myself. Insular again. And I don't think that actually builds a healthy life or a resilient culture to be around. And so those little nice nasturtium flowers, so fun. And so that question of like, okay, you know, it's perfectly good and fine to have these different things that take place, and some nice little bird off there. What are other things in my life that I want to meet people around? And this weekend I held a workshop called Grounding the Creative, which I think went pretty well. And I definitely want to do it again and refine my practice with it. Wow, check this plant out. It is, but I'll zoom back out. But my wife's got some of that in her garden, which looks exactly the same. And she's like, I don't want to get rid of it because I don't know what it is. Isn't that interesting how we can do that sometimes? So, as I guess today's October 1st, and I want to say thank you if you're still watching this video right now, and please subscribe to the channel and like the video. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear, like, what do you plan to get into this winter in different ways, activities and such. And those are the kind of things I like to get into. Even the friend that we were having this conversation with was just like, I want to be doing things with people. He said even sitting around a fire is actually doing something, which kind of a novel idea, but has its place. And so I wonder what you're going to get into this winter. I've got a bunch of different creative projects that are on the move, and still giving away paintings. I've got I'll do my best to put my email in the description to the video here. You can certainly just find my website down there and link up to me through that. If you're interested in a painting, all you gotta do is cover the shipping. And that's what I got for you guys today. Hope you have a great day out there. Hope that you're ready for the winter at this point, or that it's just a few more easy steps to get ready for it. Remember, have too much fun.